So I'm a failure in the eyes of a creator or a YouTube content creator. And that's because I've never had a viral video. I've never had a million subscribers, but yet I'm 53 years old and I'm the happiest creator ever. How is that? That's the question I asked myself beginning of this year. And doing a little bit of self-reflection made me realize there's a lot of people out there that are keeping score because of what society is saying or the creator economy is saying. And I think it can be really, really discouraging for a lot of people. And at times still for me. But I have to go all the way back to when I first started 17 plus years ago. And by the way, I've been doing this now for that long and I've been supporting my family for well over 17 years. Someone that never went to college, barely graduated high school, and I really felt like I was going to be a loser. I felt like I was never going to be successful in the eyes of society. Being an entrepreneur back in the day, it wasn't cool. It was like, oh, you can't get a job, or oh, you don't want to work for someone else. For me, I did work for someone else. I worked for my father's company for over 9 years in the construction field. So I was blue collar. So to all you blue collar workers out there, I respect you. I know what it takes to be out in the elements working, whether it's heat, whether it's cold. I've been in minus 15, minus 20 outside working all day. And I've been in the heat where it's 100 degrees working all day. So I get it. But the thing is like society and even the creator economy, YouTube, whatever you want to call it, we're looked upon as if you're not getting those kind of views, if you're not building a massive audience, you're not successful. You didn't succeed. And how the heck have I been able to do it then for like over 17 years? And that's what I want to kind of share with you. And also I'm doing this for myself so I can look back when I'm 63 and look at this, because I'll do another one probably 10 years from now. But I think right now to look and see what's happening with AI and looking what's happening now with, all of the different types of content that's being created and the different creators that are coming out, it's like you're basing your success on what others are saying success is. And I really don't want to conform to that ever. Even right now to this day, this channel, Live Video School, started about 18 months ago, 19 months ago with my son, Scotty, who's 27. And it's crazy because I started a channel with him now, fast forward from when I started, and he was just 10 years old. And here we are full circle doing YouTube together. And so that's kind of crazy and that's kind of surreal. So thinking back on that, it's like, wow, that's incredible. So the reason I started the new channel with my son, Scotty, was because I wanted to change. I'd been doing e-commerce for many years. I built another channel, Brand Creators, for over 9 years. And I did get that up to over 100,000 subscribers, but it took me 8-9 years to do it. But the crazy thing is that channel, it made over $1 million, and it did it more than once. And my first channel made 6 figures a year. I did that for like 6 years in a row, and it was in the photography niche. But again, that was from a guy that never knew anything about YouTube, never knew anything about video making, never knew anything about business. And I had a lot of self-doubt when I started, but I'm so glad that I pushed through. I'm also very thankful for my wife, Lisa, who I've been married now for 31 years. She's pushed me in ways that I never would have pushed myself. Me in a good way, meaning like, Scott, you can do this. Like, you are worth way more than you're giving credit to, like your knowledge. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not smart. I do very bad on tests. I can't read from a book and then test. It's just, I'm just not I don't retain that way. I retain by doing, That's why when I got into the construction field, it was really kind of easy for me because I could watch someone do something and I could pick up on it versus me learning in a book. I just don't process that way. And I think for anyone out there that's thinking to themselves, like, I'm not a good creator, or I'm just not good because my numbers aren't there. It's probably not the case. It's probably definitely not the case. There's other variables that are probably coming into play, but your thoughts inside, like and again, I go through this every single day of my life to this day, is like your self-talk is so powerful. It's like what we tell ourselves, we believe. And that could be good and that could be bad. But going back to my wife, like she would tell me, like, and I'd be like, really? You think so? And she's like, oh my gosh, like you're so smart. You figured this out and you figured that out, and no one else could do that. And I'm like, yeah, you're kind of right, but nah, I don't know. But then you got this other person that you talk to and they're a lawyer. And you're like, wow, they're smart. Or, oh, you got an engineer. They're super smart. And so it's like you start to compare yourself to someone else's profession and how smart you are. But when I got into YouTube, and I started to get some success, it did make me think, okay, well, society was saying like I wasn't successful because I wasn't a college grad and I wasn't book smart. But look what I've done. I've built a business that supports my family. I could go to all of my kids' baseball, softball, soccer plays and at school. I never had to call in. Like I was doing that. But the professional that has, a degree, who's, an engineer or even a doctor, any of those people, I look up to them. Like you'd be like, wow, they're super, super successful, but they're missing out on all of those other things. So that's why I said in the beginning, like, I'm a 53-year-old creator who others would say are not successful. But to me, I feel like I've got a rich life. Again, I've been married now for 31 years. To my wife, Lisa. I have 3 amazing kids. I have an 18-year-old now. I have a 27-year-old, Scotty, who also helps me on this channel. And then I have my daughter, Alexis, who's 30. I've got 2 granddaughters from her. And then I've got another granddaughter from Scotty, who just had his first baby. He's married. I got to watch him get married. And now I have another grandson on the way from my daughter, Alexis. And I'm sitting here in the morning on depending on when you're watching this, but the day that I'm recording this is on a Wednesday at probably around 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. I don't even keep track of the time most of the time. And I'm a full-time creator, but I don't have 1 million subscribers, and I don't have videos that get millions of views. So the reason why I'm really sharing that with you is because if you feel like that, I get it. I totally get it. And I'll tell you, society can make you feel like a loser. And even when you have something that you've achieved, you're like, cool, I made 1 million, right? I made $1 million. And then you see someone else that made 5 million. And you're like, oh, I suck. Why didn't I make 5 million? I don't think like that anymore, to be honest with you, because I just had this conversation with my wife this morning. I was like, we can sit here and tell ourselves stories. We can worry. We can call ourselves names. We can do all of that stuff. But we're really only here for a very, very small amount of time. Even if we stayed on this earth for 100 years, there's another 100 years that's going to happen right after this. So what the heck am I worrying for? Why am I trying to keep score with others when I just need to keep score with myself? And I need to believe in myself and not so much care what other people think, or that means success because they got 1 million subscribers, or, oh, they've got 1 million views. I've learned over those 17 years and building multiple 6 and 7 figure businesses, it comes down to this. You and me sitting here. I'm in my 1973 Mustang. It's not a Lamborghini. It's my little pride and joy. It's not $100,000 car. I think I paid 25 and then I put about 10 in it. So I got about 35 in this thing. It's got some nicks in it. Doesn't have any dents, but it's got a few nicks in it, but that's okay. It reminds me, I've got a few nicks in me too. I've got a few scars. It's okay. Some history. But we have to think to ourselves, our story is our story. And what we tell ourselves is super, super important. And I'm shooting this video for myself, to be honest with you. I mean, when you hit 50 years old, people don't really tell you. I mean, they say it, but you don't believe it. It's like, man, your mind changes. Like, I want to be healthier than ever right now. I want to be stronger than ever right now. I want to be free in my thoughts more now. Why? Because I want to live longer. I've got a lot to live for. And like I said, we only get that small little blip that we're here. So who the hell cares what other creators are saying about us, or not even saying about us, thinking about us, or we're not like successful. I'm successful in my world, right? And I'm rich in so many things other than just I'm rich within money. And to some people, you're going to be rich. But to you, you have to ask yourself, what would make you have a rich life? What would it be? What are you doing this for? Let me know that in the comments, by the way. What are you doing this for? What is the main goal for you? We're in 2026 now, just a week in. I'm excited for 2026. I'm excited for what's going to happen with this channel. We're still figuring it out. That's the other thing, guys. I've been doing this a long time, multiple channels. You're always going to be figuring it out. If you think that you've cracked the code, you haven't. It's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you right now, the gurus that are saying you get it all figured out and just create a system and then just everything's going to be great. There's going to be ups and downs. It's a roller coaster ride. You know, it's a roller coaster ride. But it's a fun one at times. And it's a little scary at times. But that's okay. This video right here, I'm not creating it to have the most amazing hook, the most amazing title. I just wanted to shoot this real and raw, you and me, sitting in my driveway, having a cup of coffee, and just talking about life. Because I think that this could connect with a lot of people out there. And not just YouTube creators. Creators in general, or just people that feel society looks at them as not successful. Whether you have a degree or you don't have a degree, maybe you have a job that you do that is really, really important and you do an amazing job, be proud of that. Right? Be proud of yourself and start telling yourself new stories. That's my goal for 2026. And I do have a saying that I'm going to be using for 2026. I usually try to do that for the beginning of the year. And my saying this year is going to be one that my mother taught me years ago. My mother passed away at 50 years old. I'm 53, so that's crazy. And she was an amazing mother, but she also had some struggles. She was a recovering alcoholic, and she was sober 20 years when she passed. But she taught me through her struggles the slogan, one day at a time. And that's what I'm going to live by for 2026. And I encourage you to do the same. So I want you to look yourself in the mirror and I want you to say, I'm proud of you. You're doing really, really good in this life. And 2026 is going to be amazing. That's all. Just be proud of yourself for what you've already accomplished, because I guarantee you've accomplished something in your life that you're not giving yourself credit for. And if being a creator is one of them right now and you're struggling, what has worked right now? Celebrate those little wins, not just the big ones. We don't do that enough. We have to. So hopefully this video helped you just feel a little bit better about yourself, but also it's a reminder that, yeah, there's more people out there like you. And as a creator, I'm not looking to go viral. I'm not looking to have millions of subscribers. I'm just looking to make a difference and make an impact in one person's life. And if you do that, I think I think the universe will take care of you. I really do. So just remember, there's one guy over here and he's rooting for you.